Nighty night,
Sounds good.
Good night. See ya. I can knock out a couple more, but I'm probably following them after that.
We're going to be so efficient, y'all. It's already late, YouTube audience, but it is VGC Draft League. It is super low tier format. This is the board we're looking at. It's full of of all the Pokemon, these are definitely some of them.
380 of them.
We are adjusting our expectations, rocking through my division, what do we call it? It's the Spidops division. Got some strong teams, and we're going to start with Heaven. Heaven has been playing for quite a while and has been put together quite a string of excellent performances. I think they're like 4 straight in the playoffs, and that, I think, colors my perception of what I think is a really slow team. Normally, I don't like slow teams. I like to go first. It's important in this game. But for me, the tools, the fact that there's 3 fake out, there's multiple redirection, and there's 4 trick room setters means
that are all reasonable to do it.
We can get trick, and like 2 of them aren't babies. Audino is actually good at setting up trick room, and not only that, BOhm's good at setting up trick room and sweeping under trick room. So the heat is not on BOhm to set trick room; it is to hit hard once trick room is up. So I think that kind of makes up for what would normally be a big problem for a VGC Draft League team of not going first and being a sitting duck, is we have a lot of ways to control the game and make ourselves go first.
Yeah, you got that low kicks to sucker punch and punish any ghost types that are trying to get funky in the anti-trick room world if you got your BOhm on the battlefield or whatever. I like this top half of. I mean, honestly, I like this whole team. I think it's some interesting stuff going on. We gotta get the trick room up, right? Because like you're not winning games with low kicks and breaks in, but like provided you can either stall it out with Wartortle and make it take 15 turns so that you get lots of opportunity for Wartortle to be impactful, or you can get the trick room up so that your Shiinotic can put everything to sleep and BOhm can kill it. Grapploct can just drop some elbows and come in from the top rope, flying octopus style.
The numbers have never needed more context here because the numbers look low, and to me, or like when you look at the averages, they look low, but the numbers look good to me. Like the bulk looks good. We need to delete the babies, as we've done with other teams. We're mostly bringing the top part, but like I think the numbers are well optimized. Like Swalot is a really good defensive Pokemon for a low tier format. Audino is really good at sticking around when it's got Heal Pulse and one weakness, and Grapploct has got some immediate numbers. BOhm's one of the strongest special attackers we've got, and so I think the teams, while the numbers don't look good when you average them together, they're in the right places. So that is a way to take advantage of the fact that like there is almost no way to go first from turn 1, but we might outnumber you anyway, so we might not need one more turn than you.
I was going to say, like, Gothita probably worth keeping, right? Just because, like, she does good stuff. She has Frisk, which is an always useful ability, and when you only have to pay 5 points for it, and it can also do stuff, right? I mean, it has Fake Out. It can be your Trick Room setter if needed.
Pichu deserves to stay as well, just because of the Fake Out Follow Me. Like, it forces its own relevance through those moves. So yeah, the numbers are low, but they're in the right places. Yeah, they're on the right mons with the tools. The theme functions a lot better than you would think it would.
Contextually relevant stuff going on here, for sure.
Yeah, I think this is for me. This is an A tier team, and like we can poke holes. We can point out there's like. Sometimes you can just click Banded Bravebird into the team, and if there's not a good resist, it might just die. But like, if we've got Fake Out and Follow Me, and I would love it if we had Intimidate, like something to make up, like something to go first.
Get Ice Beam or Thunderbolt? Probably.
Oh, it's got coverage.
Yeah,
very,
it definitely
very good
does.
attacker. Yeah. I think this team can work around what should be a glaring issue with its tools.
Oh yeah.
So for me, it makes me probably
it gets Meteor Beam.
Yeah.
Rahiem's great.
Oh.
Heaven, find one fast piece. You really can make this team even better than it is by just giving us one more chance to go first on turn 1. But yeah, that's
Flash.
It's a good start. Good start to checking out the division. On to
Man. BOhem is great.
Yeah, very good. Good choice, I think.
It's everything.
I thought this team was really hype, and welcome to the league, Mimo. They might be new to Draft League, probably not new to Mons, because I think there's some heat underlying here. There's a lot of Sun synergies. We have Vulpix, and then we have Flareon killing everything. We have Leafeon Chlorophyll, and then we have Cyclizar as one of the faster pieces, and Mismagius as one of the more versatile pieces. And then Cherrim to boost in Sun. I see some of the synergies. For me, I think this VGC Draft League is a very hard game, and they were not using a doc like this in the beginning. So I think that is some of the things become very obvious once you see what if I know you're fast, you're strong, but what if I'm a little bit faster? What if I click Scarf Rock Slide? What if I click Banded Crunch? I think it's very important to look at your own team from an opponent's perspective. Because from your own team, you're looking at all the potential, all the options. But from your opponent, you're like, how do I poke holes in this? How do I beat this? What's the easiest way through this team? And ideally, a Draft League team doesn't have too many easy ways through it. And so, yeah, I think that is a major issue when you click Rain Dance, as most Mons have. You turn off Vulpix's entire reason for existing. You turn off Flareon's power. You turn off Leafeon's speed. You turn off Cherrim's entire reason for existing. When you get too much into the synergies, you invite easy answers from your opponents who are going to make sure that you don't get to have fun. They're going to try to find the easiest way through your team. So I think the team is going to play with a lot of potential, but not going to be able to realize that potential a good bit of the time.
If I just look at
We all
type stuff, it's the worst team I've ever seen. I just ignore the stats, ignore everything. I just look at the little corner at the bottom there. I'm pointing at it. You guys can't see it, but I'm pointing at it. I've got a little. I've done the little cube. This is the worst team I've ever seen. Yeah, that's a bit harsh. It just falls down to everything, and I think it's like you said, if it can't OHKO everything, it's just gonna... If it can't OHKO everything, it's gonna get OHKO'd really easily. It's gonna be taken advantage of. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it comes a lot down to the weaknesses too. I mean, everything's got the dark weakness, but there's no coverage at all in there. There's no coverage on the rock. There's one coverage on the ghost, but it's gonna be tough to. And flying too only has one resist, so it's gonna be tough to prevent damage against this team. So if you hit something and don't kill it, it's gonna hit you back hard.
I want to look beyond the type chart and say, what if you're weak to rock moves, but you get a Mismagius Will-O-Wisp off, or you get a Breaking Swipe down? We have we have damage mitigation options, and we have speed, but I will then look at this from the opponent's perspective and go, well, what if I just run Trick Room? This is not a team designed to take advantage of Trick Room. Without Boldor and Vespiquen, it can kind of, these are the two defensive mons that can kind of slow down your opponent winning in Trick Room, but it is really, that is struggling in that regard. These guys, Mismagius and Mime, are not going to necessarily live long enough to reverse it. I think these two, as key, the fast mons and also the ones with access to Trick Room, them both having no physical bulk and weakness to Dark and Ghost is the major issue here, which every mon has knockoff. Very clear and achievable ways to break straight through this team. And so I think this team maybe needs to look for another option that does not rely on Sun at all, another option that just distracts people because it's strong, Nasty Plot. Maybe Mismagius is given more than I've got it credit for, and maybe Garbodor is doing more than I have ever thought about Garbodor in my life.
I think it's doing 8 points worth.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of potential here, but I think there needs to be a little bit more moves to kind of cover the most obvious pass through.
interesting to me, both Vulpix Kanto teams grabbed Cyclozar and Cherim pretty cheap. Nobody else wants it really, but interesting that they also both went with Cyclozar as like a fast pressure piece.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's relevant with Clicking Draker Meteor and Sunny Day. You know, it is possible to flip the game back into your favor. I really wonder how the team's going to do, because it could go 0-7, but it really could make playoffs. It is entirely possible, but it needs really, really careful play.
This is a team that I think could super, super benefit from like play a week, get a feel for it a little bit, and then make a change. Mm-hmm. Like a week 2 transaction, I think could be really high impact for this team to, you know, maybe we consolidate a little bit, you know, get I don't know, get something. I mean, the board is just an absolute wasteland.
Well, you'll have to be crafty with finding a new dimension, but I think there's a lot to work with.
Sandaconda didn't get drafted on the Spider. Board.
It's good. Take a look. Sun turns off your water weakness, but also this is a mon that functions okay without, and it has physical bulk, which the rest of this team, or a good bit of this team, doesn't have. Does this team dodge C tier? I want to put it B tier. I want to say that the options are here, but the weaknesses are really here.
I think the thing that puts it on C tier for me is that this is something I had to really sort of mention with other drafts, but there is only 2 knockoff options, and they're 2 pretty consistent Pokemon, but like Cyclozar can't always fit knockoff. Like Leafeon can, but you know, like that also just makes it a bit harder for this team to go over the top of like a bulky EV like Pokemon that doesn't have a great matchup into, because then it's like, okay, I have to lead Leafeon or I have to fit knockoff into Cyclozar, which already probably wants a fair few moves, you know what I mean? Like, Cyclozar's a Pokemon that sort of benefits from its Swift's Army Knife stuff, like the benefits from it being able to, like, you know, shed tail, it being able to like just be generally fast, hyper voice, that's like Draco Meteor, that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. You're really cutting into its flexibility, making it run knockoff. So yeah, that's just why I'd put it in C. Like, if they're just like bulky, not fully evolved water type, or like, you know, something, it's just like this team struggles to get rid of that EV light, which is probably pretty important.
I'll end on a positive note. Boldor was a great pick. Excellent pick. Loved it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I love Boldor. I had Boldor as well.
Google, you'll give us unlimited time. Onwards to the Paldean Pancakes, coached by Pancakes.
What are you doing?
We have speed.
What are you doing?
We have so much speed. We don't know what to do with it.
Sure.
Did we lose everyone? It happens.
I BOhm dipped, and Keith had to, I don't know, discipline a cat, maybe? All right, let's talk about these pancakes.
Yeah, you guys are going to have to be anchors here. We got it. Parents in and out. We have speed. We have way more speed than we know what to do with. Ninja doesn't really have moves. It has string shot.
It doesn't really do anything except be fast, though, right? Like that's.
It has string shot, which is kind of worse Tailwind. But your Cloak is kind of doing fast support. Haunter is fast power. It's Rotom, but good.
Whoa.
The Rotom discourse. But like, I think this is a team that is stretching you with some explosive options, with Shell Smash or Dragon Dance, with the power of Haunter to just like click off rip. But there is definitely major weaknesses. It is hard to get everything in a super low tier board, but this ice weakness is terrible. The rock weakness is terrible. The Ghost and Dark is terrible. What else do you guys see?
No dragon resists.
And 2 dragons. So. Yeah, you actually want to bring the dragon.
Yeah. So when I was looking at this team, there's some stuff to like here, right? We talked about the Haunter, the Dracloak. Turtonator can do some interesting stuff. I think Lapras is going to be an important part of this team for sure. A Toadschool also, like a reasonable support mon that has to get respect every week from opponents, right? I mean, just saying you have to bring safety goggles every week puts pressure on a team that already is going to be bringing Eviolite and Focus Sash every week, wants some offensive items. Now you're either, getting put to sleep, compromising your Terra situation by running more Terra Grass than you would like, or you're bringing safety goggles on something to handle the Toad School. So definitely stuff to like here. What's going on with Absol and Lycanroc Midnight? Like, these two Pokemon to me seem like they are like serving the same niche of like
they hit, they struggle to live, but they really hit, and they do priority to try to hit a second time.
Yeah, got to get rid of one of them. Like, whichever one you like better, get rid of the other one. They're the same Pokemon. You never really are going to want to bring both, and so that's 10 or 11 points.
I appreciate you, trying to categorize. They're not the same. They have some different things, but I see why you might want to try to find a different dimension. Do we have special offense after Haunter? Lapras
Lapras, Turtonator.
Yeah, Draco and Fire Stabs, so sure.
Yeah.
So the Eviolite situation is almost okay. Like, Haunter doesn't need it because it's either Spec, Scarf, or Sash. But, like, Toad School
and Goth.
Yeah, like, they would really like it. Yeah. And then not to mention Mudbray, too.
Yeah.
And Dracloak, this is a little bit worse than other teams we're seeing in terms of these mons don't get to realize their full potential if they die too quickly, and 4 of these mons, that's the main way you would fix that, is Eviolite.
Yeah.
Lapras is good at living. Turtonator too.
What else?
I think that's about it, though. Everything else, without Eviolite's really frail.
We have a reasonable screen setter. Even if it doesn't live anything, it's going to be able to set a screen, and probably 2.
Diverse selection of Trick Room setters is nice. Toad School, Gothorita, Haunter if something's gone terribly wrong.
I'm running Haunter in super low tier, and I always kind of have Trick Room as the 4th option. It hasn't happened yet, but it's there, and it has Trick Room is a very impactful move. This is a team that is explosive. This is a team that has some major holes in the offensive, in living certain moves like Ice Beam and Stone Edge and Knockoff, but I think this team might be able to navigate around it with even if the Fake Out and Redirection are bad, they still buy you 1 turn. And so this team is, I guess, B tier, but I know that it can be better. I know that this team could be an A tier team, and I just think that 1 or 2 things needs to be changed or built around really well.
Yeah, I think I largely agree. There's some interesting stuff going on. There's some, I don't know, what is the opposite of roll compression? Roll
redundancy,
yeah. That could get cleaned up. Ninjask is not a lot of points. I was going to say a lot of points spent on a big speed stat, but actually it's reasonable.
It's got Struggle Bug. It's got String Shot.
And it does a couple things.
It does have those moves. You are correct.
Yeah, and in a format with basically no Prankster, raw speed can kind of just be king a lot of the time. So
it probably dies after a Struggle Bug anyway, which isn't good, because then you want your Focus Sash having a Pokemon that isn't their feet also taking up a Focus Sash can be also a bit awkward, I think.
See, I kind of am editing the cameraing a little bit. We are professional YouTubers here. No, we are doing this for the love of the game. Like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah. I'm going to move forward to Poppin next because I want some hype.
Take a look at him.
One of our faves, then the reigning grand champion of the league. He brought Crabominable for round 1. This is a absolute destroyer of worlds. Ice and fighting are great stab combo, and the number
offensively,
and the number is great, and we can get Trick Room. I guess it's through Stantler. All kind of roads lead through Stantler, but we might be able to run Crabominable in Tailwind, given the lack of major speed from other teams. We have some explosive options from Veluza doing the fillet away. We have a major immediate pressure piece from Pyroar, and Unpheasant becomes a relevant offensive piece when you're in a super low tier format. Magnemite actually kind of smoked me in the other super low tier format, so I'm not going to sleep on Magnemite again. And then we have one of the only pranksters. So if we're struggling to go first because we really want this great Trick Room mode, this is our way to go first. And it's the best prankster we've got on the board. Setting screens, fake out, parting shot. This is a relevant tool that not a lot of teams are going to have access to. And so I think that those are the great things that this team is trying to build around. But does it fill out the team? Or is it mostly a couple of crazy threats in different directions?
I was gonna like call Unpheasant bad, and then I found out that I got Brave Bird in Gen 8 because before then it didn't have Brave Bird. So, I like this team actually. Then I look at it. Like I was gonna say,
we're so used to Palisand being bad, but like
I'm a big
is
Palisand
good.
believer. I'm a huge Palisand believer.
Well, I'm used to it being bad, but it finally had its day. It's one of the best Earth Power users in the format. And it's a good compliment.
I guess would be probably the best Earth Power user, right?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. So we're water compacting, or is that a trap? We got to bring what?
It's
You bring water
good
water
if we
compaction.
can.
Yeah, like it just sometimes happens. You don't make it happen, but
Yeah.
sometimes it'll just pop off.
Maybe they have a weak surf. It's possible. Or
I am excited for the Impidimp here. I think it's gonna
real good.
It's gonna be an important part of the team here.
Fake
I was trying to find where it was that Poppin was talking about Impidimp, and I described it as like what it does everything Grimsnarl does except attack well
and live.
And
and live more than one hit.
Yeah. But
live a second hit.
All roads lead through Stantler for like a very, very strong Trick Room mode, and this is a mon that like in a normal format you'd be like, the mon's passive, it needs Eviolite. Neither of those things are true anymore. Like the bulk is acceptable with Intimidate with only one weakness and with not a lot of fighting types left to take. The mon might be able to run Mental Herb, which means you get Trick Room, which means Crabominable kills you. So I think I would have loved Poppin to have a second Trick Room setter. Like there's so much attention on this guy, but I think Stantler might be able to handle it. I think this is a very good piece on the team. And I like that they're not stretching, despite how strong the Trick Room mode, they are not committing to one mode, as a lot of the best teams we've seen tonight have a Tailwind option, they have a Fake Out option, they have damage mitigation options that are fast, like the Pyro or Will-O-Wisp or the Impidimp screens, so they're not locked into any particular playstyle.
Yeah, it's very flexible. I really like this team. I do think Stantler is a bit more frail without Eviolite, and I do think there is some Eviolite competition between Stantler and Servine specifically, just because I think both of them want to run Eviolite. I should mention, I mentioned with the other team that only had 2 knockoff options, and then one of them doesn't want to run it. This team also only has 2 knockoff options, Servine and Crabominable.
That want to run it.
It will not be knocking off. It will just be trying to OHKO you.
Like, Crabominable doesn't mind it to hit ghost types, but it's still pretty limiting in certain matchups where you don't want it. So that's a bit of an issue. And then Servine, you'd rather do a million other things with Servine, to be honest. Glare, Leaf Seed, all that stuff. Leaf Storm. But I don't
really think Servine's going to be doing anything, but I'm not going to focus on it too much because
I think it's very good.
Well, that is a vote of confidence that makes the team even better, because I really think they are leaning on their top 7 90% of the time. But you can get something out of Magnemite with Specs and Sturdy, or with Zap Cannon or Steel Beam. It has that stuff. Oh, we have 2 Sturdies. Great use of bad Pokemon and making them relevant. In the 1 or 2 times you bring them, they will live a hit. Yeah. Is this top tier or is this not quite?
It's top tier for me.
Cool.
That's my favorite.
I think so.
All right, folks, we're going to have to open one more Google thing. Will you guys do one more?
Okay. Yeah, no problem.
I appreciate you. We did it. We are on to Rock, Poppin's friend. And now I like that we've all brought people into the VBL. And Rock has been at it for a couple of seasons now. Is going to have a team that is not all dark types. So the team is already better.
It's not no dark types, though.
Yeah, we have a Honchkrow. And this is a team that has offense. Does it have anything else? Unclear. But like Honchkrow and Kadabra are offense. And we have bulk. It's in a different place. Okay. we have Quagsire. So this is a very odd team. Poppin's been doing this for a million years. Rock is newer at this game, and you do get some new ideas coming from people who have not played a million seasons of Draft League. We will find something about this team that we under-respected. I think Muck is pretty good. It's got the gunk shot and the poison touch and the knockoff and it's got stuff and good defensive typing. We have a lava plume combo with the Doc Spun that can boost itself up. This is a team that's going to cause some hassles with Iron Defense Body Press. And it's going to, Life Orb Magic Guard. It's going to try to play offense and then play super defense. But I think it is very hard to actually do so because it doesn't really have the good supportive pieces that kind of glues it all together.
Yeah, I would like to see something like some real screen setting would be nice for this team. You don't want
Kadabra has to give up its life to set screens. Yeah.
Or Mag Cargo. There is Mag Cargo with dual screen.
Huge, 30 speed.
Broken. One of the greatest Pokemon of all time. Mag Cargo.
So when we were initially talking about this, part of the pitch was Muck, the top tier Pokemon, and we didn't quite cut the field down to that point. But just think about that version of what these teams would be like and how wild it would have looked, and just live in that world for a second. Quagsire, ground type threat, actually.
The only grass weakness means you can't really fit it. You only get 24 move slots, meaning it might just live forever. No, it won't live forever, but it might live a while. Yeah,
there's no ground types in the division. We saw Palisand last on Poppin's team, and then Pancake has a couple of Toadstool and Mudbray. But other than that, literally zero ground types in the whole division.
I think Jordan.
I got a Whiscash.
Got one.
Yeah. Oh, you swapped for the Whiscash. That's right. Okay. Okay, so there's Whiscash.
It's huge, y'all. But
did you get it just for this matchup? That's the question.
I didn't look at this matchup, but
I think you got it just for this matchup. It's confirmed, everyone.
Well, ground's good. So Palmo, I think these are not stats you come back from. I think the speed and Nuzzle maybe give it a reason to exist, but that's your fake out. Sentret might be the support piece I was looking for, but it's a Frisk. Hopefully live with a Sash. Hopefully maybe live something. The team needs to rely on its pieces to live, but the ones that live don't do immediate damage except for Muck. Yeah, maybe Quagsire. So this is a team that there's not much more to say. It's going to end up in C tier, but there is piloting potential for the team. There are things here, and there are more things here than some teams.
Yeah, man, I wish Honchkrow was faster.
More offense, more walling potential than other teams. Yeah, you just need to use those two things excellently.
Yeah, it's this is a team that I think has a lot of it feels like it should be more of a Trick Room team just based on the Pokemon that's in it. Actually, it's not a Trick Room Tailwind team based on the Pokemon that's in it, but it never clicks Tailwind, because if you click Tailwind with Honchkrow, what are you doing with your life?
Yeah, you're giving up some of your offensive pieces in order to support the rest of the team.
But then the Trick Room option is Kadabra or it's Pump Kaboo. There's just
Well, I did lose to Pumpkaboo. It's possible for it to do something, and I will give flowers to Arctibax. When it gets the EVLA, it's got a relevant attack stat and in Sword Stance. I see options on this team. I just think it's hard to execute.
But I don't think you can run Pumpkaboo and Arctibax because they both want.
EVLA. That is an absolute one or the other situation.
Yeah, that is
100%.
You mentioned like the Darkspawned Lava Plume combo, which is great until you remember it's next to Mag Cargo.
Yeah, we told he asked right before the pick, what should I go for? And then we told him the Lava Plume options, and he picked this one. I appreciate when someone gets advice and sticks to their guns. It's good to have your own voice. But, like, I'm not sure this was a good voice. Maybe this was a voice best left ignored. But maybe McCargo will impress everyone. Onwards, can you guys talk about this team? Because I won't. I mean, I'll...
yes, all right. I've got... Here's my thoughts on Jordan's team.
JDB in the notes. Okay, hit it.
This is an absolute Jordan team, adjusted for this draft board.
You mean it's amazing and flawless?
No, I'm gonna describe what I mean by that.
Okay.
Big numbers, and it's gonna kind of sound like I'm agreeing with amazing and flawless, but I would not say amazing and flawless. Big numbers, a broad collection of useful Pokemon, diverse speed control options, and clear role players. I think that is a group of things that could describe most of the best teams you've drafted, right? Like that's the sort of thing you're looking for. I think you managed to find it. Drapion and Sock, I like.
Thank you for that very succinct statement of strengths.
Yeah, interesting. It's a like good primary offensive pieces. Those are things you're always looking for, right? And you managed to get them here. You're rolling crit dice with Drapion, and it's got great typing. Sock is the literal strongest close combat on the board, or
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
no, it's Chronometer, but like this is the one that actually threatens to go first sometimes.
Right? Yeah, has a reasonable speed stat. I think Mr. Rhyme might be your sleeper, like, smartest pick of the draft.
Electric didn't believe
15
in it.
points.
Well,
15 points.
They hated it, but I really like it too. It's got special offense, Trick Room, Fake Out. Like it's
Fake Out and Trick Room.
Wind,
and offensive
everything
pressure
else too
is nice. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Perugly, I like.
Actually, turns out to be terrible. Sorry.
Yeah. It's interesting.
It's almost
interesting in a vacuum.
Get creative with it.
But what is it doing that Drapion and Sock kind of aren't? Sure, it's got Super Fang, like Fake Out,
Fake Tears.
Yeah, like it's fast. It's fast. Like it's not literally doing nothing, but
limited options for sure.
Perugly is 13 points that could be an upgrade to one of your Dirtmons, and
what Dirtmon?
Well,
there are no Dirtmons here. They're all good.
Sure.
Who was it that was it you that was like glazing the electric in?
It's so good. It's
incredible. Electric is
by far the best Mon of 4 and under. By far, really good. It's so good.
So we can keep the Pawniard deleted because it's definitely a 10-mon team.
Yeah.
But this 10-mon is a pretty decent team. I think you managed to find a lot of value on the board and adapt your drafting strategy very effectively to a bunch of trash Pokemon. So I think this team is really good.
Yeah.
If this team fails, what might be the reason?
I think your immediate special, like outside of Heatmore, which usually is more of a mixed attacker, like you don't, and a lot of the time you're going to run Mr. Rhyme sort of more bulky supporty, I think, on this team. You don't really have any special attacking threat. Like Calyrex doesn't have high base power moves or even like a good sort of stab combination. Then that is Wish Cash, So I think there's a bit of a issue there.
There's a major hole. Yeah, you nailed it.
Yeah, which is something that Perugly would definitely, like, if you had Perugly for a strong special attacker, I think it would be a lot better. Yeah, I think you're like Altari is like an okay tailwinder. I don't know. It is honestly pretty good. I like Togepi. I almost wish you had a Shell Smash option, but you can't have everything with it. But just it has Friend Guard, right? It does have Friend Guard. No, it doesn't.
No, but it has 20 speed and after you and headbutt, so it is my entire Trick Room defense.
Very strong. And yeah, that is the other option I was getting to. Electric and Togepi are your slow guys, and
no, it's one or the other. Yeah, they're not. I mean, Electric can do no wrong, but like, no, I would prefer it to have EV Light for sure.
Yeah, and then Togepi is like going to be Focus Sash, and yeah, so like really good Trick Room team might just get the advantage of this and kind of rip this apart.
Yes, the plan is for Calyrex and Mr. Rhyme to be good enough balls of stats that they can reverse Trick Room if that's what I need.
Yeah. Just them being double psychic does make that a bit worse though. Like,
definitely.
There's the thing that, and this is really confirmed going through this, every team has like at least, like on average, I think 2.3 ghosts. So big Ghost Week is actually really bad in this meta. So I think that is a bit of an issue. It's very hard to avoid it, but like, even if you just go through, I don't think it's as bad in this div, but like, there was like teams with like 3-4 ghost resists in the other division, you know? So yeah, maybe actually that's not that relevant in this div, because I'm just looking through it, and it's like, how many ghosts that are good or darks that are good do you actually play?
When a mon's using Shadow Ball and your special defense stats are good, you actually don't mind taking super effective damage.
Fair enough.
And yeah, these are high stat mons that will get a lot of value out of Terra.
Yeah.
For me, the team super busted, like really, really, like I will have to play poorly to not win 6 games out of 7.
Don't get me wrong, it's top 3.
It looks like one of the best teams I've drafted relative to other folks, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's got good stuff going on. I'm impressed with the draft overall.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what specifically Perugly could become, but I do think you're gonna pretty often be like, I don't really want Perugly and Sock and Drapion and Electric. You know,
you always want Electric. It's whether you need Electric. Yeah.
So
I'll tell you what.
That means you can't always bring Perugly.
Perugly can become a star. I believe in this queen.
Oh
well, yeah. We're gonna start the legend now. Onwards to Queer Crocodile. Welcome back. Welcome back, a very odd team. We have so many babies. We'll try to start with the good. Dipplin does not need to run an Eviolite. It has very respectable bulk stats. It kinda is sometimes looking for like something to do, but a 95 special offense stat is relevant and it lives a while. Houndoom is a relevant offensive piece. Same with Kingler. We have some big offensive stats, but what we don't have is speed. And
what's going on here? Yeah,
what we don't have are Trick Room setters that are not babies.
Or that are good.
Spinda.
Yeah, no. This is a team full of
Duosion, Porygon. Yikes! Those are your Trick Room setters.
Venonat might help
on the Greedent team.
Anybody can set up Trick Room, like if you have Venonat, like, and if you have Fake Out and Redirection, but like, is that necessarily gonna win you a game when you have to now run like? I mean, they actually have okay offensive stats, but like, if you run Porygon Venonat in order to set Trick Room, your turn 2 looks real bad, right? You need to spend a turn to get something going.
Noctowl does not.
You need to get Greedent in. You need to be clicking Swords Dance with Greedent while you set up Trick Room, and just hope you don't die. I hope you leave that your Trick Room setter doesn't die.
To be very generous to this team, I do like that the Trick Room options, there's normal and there's Ghost, which is actually a pretty good 1-2 sort of Trick Room combo in terms of like, well, you can't just hit it with a dart. You know what I mean? Like you can't. There's different types, so that's nice.
They're redundant in terms of their role, but they do cover different ground. So
yeah, so
whichever
like,
one you
on the
pick
matchup.
might be okay. If it's good in the matchup, it'll be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need speed.
I
Get
just
more
think
speed.
if I'm
win.
spending 18 points on Greedent, which you and I, Jordan, discussed earlier, I'm never doing anyway because I don't
kind of believe that it
Greedent.
might work. The Mon's ball of stats is good, but like I hear you.
But given I have spent 18 points on Greedent, I want to I want Trick Room up.
And I want to be good at my
one
Trick Room.
game-
Like I want
at least
BEM
one
as
game
my
every
Trick Room
set.
setter, where if I get Trick Room now, I've got
Exactly.
big power.
Now
on
there's
the field.
two of them.
Yeah.
And it's just I just don't think it's there. Like you're most offensively threatening. I mean, Duosion is special attack of 125,
Yeah.
but the
Duosion
bulk stats
might
aren't
be
really there.
better than we're giving it credit for. Like
Duosion's very good.
it's good. It can be good. I just don't like that it's sharing like Eviolite needs with some other major players.
Yeah.
I guess Kranidos doesn't need to be major. Like we have some huge numbers, and so like that can never really be discounted when this is a fighting game and you're trying to knock out the opponent's Pokemon. This team's pretty good at doing that, but it won't get the chance if it can't go first. If it can't go and it's got some major holes, like living a fighting move, even a non-stab fighting move. If you're Houndoom, it might be a problem.
So Drio ruins this team. Like a strong Brave Bird just picks the Pokemon it wants to kill, and if it doesn't have the Eviolite, it's not like Wobbuffet or something. It's just like, okay, gone. The no rock resist is not great. Having a bad bug matchup, I don't think matters too much. Bugs aren't the strongest Pokemon, but it's still like it's very weird when I see a team with a bad bug matchup because everything resists bug.
I have never seen that one, but yeah, I mean, if you got Bug Buzz, it's not a bad move, and it's actually good here. Greedent, I'd say, was going to try to hold the team together because the bulk stats are really good. You can live multiple hits with this guy, but I don't think that is the team. I think the team needs some.
How many hits are you leaving if you're also trying to belly drum?
You're trying. I guess you're going to Swords Dance with
that 120 is really an 80.
A doubled,
right?
a doubled Citrus Berry off the Cheek Pouch ability, and then you Swords Dance, and then you hopefully 2x double it.
And then you Swords Dance.
Well, no, you just Swords Dance rather than Belly Drum because you can't fit.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, but this is I think the hardest team we have seen in order to get wins because I can see very clear holes, but I think that this team can leapfrog several other teams if it got some supportive pieces and some fast utility that might be able to disrupt the opponent's game plan and stop them from just running them over.
Yeah. I mean, is Kranidos gonna like wear a scarf 2 weeks out of 7?
Yeah.
And like, every Pokemon wants Eviolite or Focus Sash, except for
like you said, Dipplin doesn't need Eviolite. I think it's a much worse Pokemon without Eviolite, though. I don't know if it's worth the 15 points it is without Eviolite.
Probably not.
So yeah, it's.
Does it have Pollen Puff? Yes, it does.
I think it does. Yeah.
It's a new addition.
The Greedent, and then that's like it.
My our DMs are open. Like this is an incredibly hard game, and I think that team can become good. It is possible. Onwards to Midbus. As the draft was happening, I thought this was going to be the best team in the league. I don't know if they nailed the landing in the second half, but an incredibly strong start with Cloyster as their first
top
pick.
6. I'm into.
Yeah, and with Electrode, this is the season of Electrode where you can get really great support capabilities and effortlessly outspeeding most of the format with zero investment. Toucannon is an absolute killer. I'm running it. It is
great success.
16 KOs in 4 weeks. It is really, really strong off of 120 attack and Brave Bird and 5-hit Bullet Seed and 5-hit Rock Blast. Like, really, really excellent. All you need is to get it to go because it's 60 speed, but that's where Electrode comes in. That's where Cloyster comes in. That's where Arbok comes in, getting it to live a hit with Intimidate. Rapidash as another real offensive piece, one of the best fairy types we have. And then Cursula, the strongest special attacker in the format. That's where the team already is in top tier, because these are extremely strong threats. Different threats push you in different directions. There's not one Mon that covers both Cloyster and Electrode and Arbok and Rapidash and Toucannon and Cursula. Like, you need different answers for all these guys. We have big Spadef here, big physical defense on Cloyster, but what's going on here? Now that I've talked for a million years, can someone find some of the inspiration in the back half, or can they tell me some good or bad things that I've missed?
I mean,
Good is good. Good is good. Like,
Girder's fine. There's no good fighting types, so like you'll take a mid to poor one because everybody's got rock types that they want to be bringing every week. So you want to bring your fighting type 3 weeks out of 7. You could do worse than Girder. It's a lot of you could do worse thans. Except actually some of them is not like I mean, Ledian's worth 3 points, Fennekin's worth 1. Like,
We've spotted people and assuming that they're like they might get one use out of them, but the main you brings are these. I don't know why they dropped Whiscash for Delcatty, so there must be some tech.
fake out. Fake out, that's why.
Does get him a fake out, yeah.
Yeah.
But like, you usually need, like, you can find fake out for 1 or 2 more points, and in order to earn the bring, you usually need 1 or 2 other things. I don't know what it has.
I mean, what's its strongest move? Because normalized
Blizzard. Normalized Blizzard is the
normalized Blizzard.
I'm not kidding.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, sort by power. Well, its 4 highest power moves are already normal type. Giga Impact, Hyper Beam, Last Resort, Double Edge.
I presume it has like Nasty Plot or Calm Mind.
Solar Beam, Blizzard, Thunder, and then we're into the hundreds. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Thunder or Blizzard, normalized Thunder or Blizzard. That's the actual strongest move it's got.
Yeah, and it has a base special attack of 55. So I mean, it's fake out, and what else does it do? Does it have any good, decent support stuff? Heal Bell, Thunder Wave.
Potentially loses its incredible start is in setting Trick Room to support the strongest slow special attacker in the format, where Midwest was complaining during the draft where he's like, I had like 6 options and they were all gone, but like, you do not want to be setting Trick Room with your fastest non-Electrode Mon. You do not want to bring Fennekin, period. And so you don't have Trick Room. Yeah. And Cursula has, I guess, a secondary option that's by far worse, which is trying to hit it with your own guys multiple times so that it triggers weak armor and makes
with
it
your skill link Mon.
Yeah, but like this bulk stat is so bad that like, and you give yourself a defense boost, you're not going to live anything after that. Like, this is essentially, we lost most of Cursula's potential, and it was one of the best Pokemon in the format if you were reliably supporting it with redirection and Trick Room. And I think there's a lot of wasted potential with Cursula, but like, we can just click reflect. Maybe we can just have Cursula next to Cloyster and say pick one, but one of the other guys the other one's gonna hit you.
Sure, something's gonna die. We're gonna trade 1 for 1, and then I've still got Toucannon and Rapidash in the back. Good luck. Like, is that the plan? For
so good that even the lack of support for Cursula, or the lack of like immediately sensible support for Cursula, like, you can click Tailwind, you can run screens and try to make it work. And then Cacturn is a relevant offensive piece. We have to give the 115s major credit at this power level.
That's true.
Yeah.
If we live.
I think think I'm pretty high on this team, honestly. Like some of the other more positive points is there is absolutely a zero Eviolite competition for Gerda, which I do think makes it worth more than 9 points. We talked about how most of the teams are weak to fighting, so Gerda is actually a really good pick. I do like how some of the high tier ones synergize with each other, like Arbok Intimidate, Electrode can, support it, can just attack, that sort of thing. Like, I think that it's going to be very hard to prep for everything when, like, Cloister doesn't necessarily need to Shell Smash, but it can. Cursula doesn't, like, I don't know, I think there's just, like, a lot of potential in the top 6. My concern is bulk-wise. If you remove, like, outside of Cloister, nothing on this team can take physical hits, besides, like, I guess, Gerda. And if you remove Cursula, nothing on this team can take special hits. If you look at the sort of average down here, if you remove Cloister and, like, from the defense number probably drops down to, like, 60. Yeah, 66. There you go.
Well-known special defensive wall, Ledian.
Yeah, like, there is some issues where if it's on...
it is 110, but...
Yeah.
Who cares? Yeah.
There are some issues where if it's on a bad start, it might be difficult for it to recover. I don't like this team's matchup until, like, for example, you have, like, a strong water type, like one of the Shell Smash waters or something like that, like, if that manages... I can't remember if it actually fights any of those, but, like, Gorby, Tail, Lapras, that sort of thing. Like, against, like, a strong Hydro Pump, this team is really struggling because it's Cacturn and it's Cloister, which gets 2 and KO pretty consistently anyway.
Kingler.
I think... Yeah,
sorry to interrupt, but you were kind of tying it all together where we have 2 different routes to, I think, what is still a top-tier team, where Poppin covered everything. I think he's not locked into any mode of operating, and I think my team can kind of play in every mode, where Midbus doesn't play in every mode, but the strengths are so strong that when they play in the, I have 2 attackers out here, like, make your best guess and, like, something is going to die, like, shootout style games, it is very, very hard. It is not going to be able to play like games where it can support people for long and, like, long drawn out games a lot of the time, but it has a ton of tools. It is going to it hustles the Intimidate and the Glare, and it's like it has ways to make high impact and to win, or at least get ahead in games very quickly. And so I think the strengths are just so strong that it gets to top tier for me.
Yeah, it's.
Oh, are we done? Is that the last one?
This is the last one.
We did it. Okay, so it looks like
tough day in the content mines.
Wait, did I skip Heaven on my group? Where's
maybe I've got Heaven.
Oh, okay. I liked Heaven. Heaven was an A tier for me. So it looks like you're gonna see this, and we're gonna drop ours in the chat or in the Discord eventually, and you'll see that it looks like we've got 3 teams to beat. But, like, remember all the good things we said about these teams, and
they're also all in the same division. So good luck, you 3.
Yeah, no, we all have to fight it out, as we have. The 3 of us have been in the same division three seasons straight, and I've been losing to both of them. So I'm like, hopefully I'll get to turn the tables, but, like, they're very good players. And it really is anybody's game. This is a highly unpredictable game, where your ability to surprise your opponent is highly relevant. Your ability to bring something unexpected, your ability to be extreme and just say, well, you just didn't have an answer to this one thing, I guess you lose, is definitely a thing here. So we might see Flareon on the logo. I'm not saying we will, I'm saying we might. So stay tuned, everybody. Another season of EVL's coming.